All right, let's talk about a part of your house you probably never, ever think about, your attic. But what if I told you that forgotten space could be secretly driving up your bills and, actually damaging your home? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on attic ventilation and show you why it is an absolute game changer for your home's health and your wallet.
So let me ask you a question, and be honest. When was the last time you actually thought about what's going on in your attic? For most of us, right, it's just out of sight, out of mind. But what we're about to find out is that what happens up there has a huge, huge impact on everything down below.
Yep, you guessed it, it's the attic. And here's the crazy part. That space is literally cooking your house from the top down. Think about it like a giant slow-roasting oven sitting right on top of your living room.
So, what's really going on here? Well, at the heart of it all is this nasty combo of extreme heat and nonstop humidity. And the real problem is, it's all trapped up there with absolutely nowhere to go.
I mean, just look at these numbers. When it's 95 degrees outside, your attic can easily hit a blistering 150 degrees. That's not just hot, that's hot enough to literally cook food. All that heat just radiates down into your house, forcing your AC to work overtime.
So why does this happen? Well, a lot of homes, especially the older ones, were built with attics that are basically sealed shut. It's like putting a lid on a boiling pot. All that steam and heat just builds and builds, creating this destructive little sauna right above your head.
And it gets worse. See, that trapped heat and moisture isn't just making you uncomfortable, it's a silent destroyer. Let's really dig into the cycle of damage this thing unleashes on your home, because it's pretty serious.
The consequences are frankly alarming. We're talking about the wood on your roof literally rotting away. The structural supports can start to warp, and it creates the perfect, damp, dark breeding ground for mold to just take over your insulation. Even your shingles on the outside are getting baked from below, which can cut their lifespan in half. And if you live somewhere cold, this whole mess can cause destructive ice dams in the winter.
And here's the part that hits you every single month, your energy bill. Your poor AC unit has to run constantly, fighting a losing battle against that heat radiating down from the attic. It's basically like trying to cool your house while leaving the oven door wide open. It just doesn't work.
Okay, so we've laid out the problem, and it's a big one. But here's the good news. The solution is actually pretty simple. It all boils down to one basic idea. You have to let your house breathe.
Think of your attic just like your own lungs. It needs to inhale and it needs to exhale. Intake vents, usually down low by the gutters, pull in cool, fresh air. That's the inhale. Then exhaust vents, up high at the peak of the roof, push all that hot, moist air out. That's the exhale. This constant, gentle airflow is the key to everything.
And this isn't just a good idea, it's building science. There's actually a rule for it, the 1 to 150 rule. It's a building code standard that says for every 150 square feet of attic floor, you need at least 1 square foot of ventilation. And here's the crucial part. It has to be split evenly between intake and exhaust. You need that balance.
You know what the best part is? The most effective systems are totally passive. That means they have no moving parts and use zero electricity. They just use the simple laws of physics, the fact that hot air naturally rises, to create a constant airflow 24/7. It's brilliant, really.
So, how do you actually go from having this hot, swampy attic to one that's cool and healthy? Well, it's not about guessing. There's a methodical, professional plan to get it right. Professionals tackle this with a proven 3-step solution. First, they do a deep dive with an inspection and an airflow audit to figure out exactly what's wrong. Then, they design a system that's custom-built for your specific home. And finally, they install everything and then test it to make sure it's actually working. And that first step, the audit, is so important. It's not just about adding new vents. A lot of times, the real problem is that existing vents are blocked. Or maybe the insulation was put in wrong and it's choking off the critical air gaps needed for the system to work. You have to find the root cause.
Now for the best part, the payoff. Once you get this right, the benefits are real and you can actually measure them. Let's look at what you can really expect.
This number right here is the real game changer. A properly ventilated attic can be up to 30 degrees cooler on a hot summer day. 30 degrees, that's a massive difference, and that one change is what leads to all the other benefits.
So, what's the actual return on investment here? Well, it's huge. Your roof is going to last longer. Your cooling costs will go down. You're preventing thousands of dollars in potential damage from mold and rot. And maybe best of all, your home will just feel more comfortable all year long.
And if you're still not convinced, this is it. This is the kicker. Poor ventilation can actually void your roofing warranty. Let that sink in.
That means if your shingles fail early because your attic was cooking them, the manufacturer might not cover the replacement. So really, the question isn't whether you can afford to fix your attic ventilation, it's whether you can afford not to.